This is every Notion tool explained, a complete walkthrough of every feature inside of Notion and how to actually use them. Most people use Notion like a prettier version of Docs, but Notion is way more powerful than that. So Notion is made of three main things that you need to understand. Blocks, which is the content, pages, which are the containers, and databases, which allow you to build the systems. So this video is broken down into these three chapters with the tools that encompass them. So let's start with blocks. Subscribe for Notion tutorials. Let's dive in. So this here is a blank Notion page. And each of these lines here, when I hit enter, these are all blocks. And every single block here can be moved about. So if I write task, for example, this here is a block that I can move about in between these different lines. Now, as you can see here, it says /for commands. So if I do / here, all of these here are different blocks as well. And Notion has an incredibly long list of blocks. And I understand that it might be overwhelming, but once you understand these, you'll see how truly powerful Notion is. It is no longer a static document. You have the capabilities to build and do almost anything. So let's start with the basic blocks here. We have heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. This is exactly like you would expect. Heading 1 is the big one, then heading 2 is slightly smaller, and then heading 3, no surprise, slightly smaller than that. And then this here is normal text. Also inside of basic blocks, we have stuff like the bulleted list, item 1, item 2. We also have numbered lists, item 1, item 2. And we have other fancier blocks such as callouts, quotes, tables, dividers. This here is the interesting block, the page. See, in Notion, you can have pages inside of pages. So this here is a page, which I'll call page 1. And if I go back here, you can see page 1 sitting in here. So unlike computers that have folders, which have documents inside them, these documents here can have documents inside them. And I'll talk more about pages in the next section. Now there's another tool here in Notion called Notion AI. We won't talk about that today as it's a bit more advanced, but it's still useful to know. Now the other blocks here include media, such as images, videos, audio, code, files, and web bookmarks. So you can embed these here in your page. Just like you would add an image to a document, you can add that here. Then the next big batch of blocks here is databases. And I'll talk about that in the third section, as this here is what I believe really is the powerful thing in Notion. This here is where you're going to get the most amount of value for actually using Notion instead of a normal notes app. Before we move on to pages, there's also this thing called advanced blocks. In here, we can add equations, we can add buttons, which can be very powerful. I use this in my productivity system to quickly add tasks, to take notes, and to add resources. We can easily create columns, unlike other document systems. And then there's a few nerdier stuff, such as AI meeting notes, writing code, and AI blocks, which again, we won't get into. This is a lot more advanced. And then we have this long list of embeds here. These are all different softwares which we can embed onto our page. So this can be very, very useful, especially for companies. I do have a full company template as well called CoLab. There's a link in the description if you want to check that out. I personally don't use too many of these, but I do use Loom quite a lot. But hopefully, as you can see, these normal block types here that you can do in a normal document system, they are just scratching the surface of Notion. The real value comes from these much deeper and more technical stuff, such as embedding different types of media, and these more advanced blocks, such as buttons. So now that you understand how blocks work and how every single line in Notion is its own block, let's get to the next chapter, pages. So this here is a page, and as you can see, it says new page here at the top. So this doesn't have a name, so I'll just call this example. And if we hover over this name here, you can see add icon, add cover, and add comment. So if I click here on add icon, I can add an emoji for the page, I can add an icon for the page, and I can even upload my own image. Now, most likely you'll probably just use emojis, and this can be very, very useful for your organization. And the more pages you have in Notion, the easier it will be to identify the pages based on the icons alone. So we can also add a cover. If we click add cover here, automatically from Unsplash, an image gets randomly generated, but we can click here on change cover. So here we have a default gallery which you can choose from. You can link to an image online. You can search on Unsplash for a specific type of image, or you can upload your own image. Now I'll just click here on change cover and click on remove. Now if you've seen a few Notion template tours, I'm sure you realize that this text here might look different to the fonts that you're used to seeing. So if we click on these three dots here, you can see a bunch of different options, with one of them being here changing it from default to serif. So a lot of people like to use this serif font. There's also mono, which I don't think a single human has ever used. In here, you can also make the text smaller, and you can make the page full width. There's also a bunch of other stuff in here, such as importing and exporting, which we won't get into because, again, it gets quite nerdy. The next thing here is adding comments. So I could highlight some text here, and I could leave a comment. So this here will be very useful if I'm sharing my pages with a team. But to be honest, this is probably not useful if you're using Notion just for your personal productivity. Again, I have a full template for Teams linked below. And then the last thing to understand with pages is that you can share them. So I can share this page here with anyone by typing in their email, or I could publish this as a website. So Notion are always expanding their offerings, and now they have a Notion website feature. But if you're new to Notion, I wouldn't worry about this. Now let's look at the last core idea of Notion, which is databases. So if we click on any of these spaces here, again, which are blocks, what I can do is /, and here I can write data. These here are all of the different types of databases. And as you can see, it is a long list of different types of databases. What I'll do is just click here on table view to show you an example. So this here is a database, and databases are made up of different properties. And with these databases, you can build incredibly powerful systems. This is what allowed me to build a proper task management system and allowed me to build a resources hub, allowed me to build a time tracking page. These properties here are what makes databases so powerful. So if I were to make a very simple one right now, as an example, just called Task Manager. Here what I could do is add my new task, task 1, and I'll just show you a few properties as an example. The first thing we would probably want is a checkbox. So now we have a checkbox to know on whether I've done the task or not. The next thing we can add here is a date property for when I'm going to do that task. So now I know the task name, I know the date I'm going to do it, and the checkbox. So let's say I want to do this task today. I could click here on the date and then select today. And then let's look at one last property, the select property. So here what I could do is type maybe, let's say, my different projects. So let's call this project 1. How creative. And I can change this select property to be called project. So now I can see here on my task manager, I have task 1, which is to do with project 1, and I'm doing it today. And I can see whether I've done it or not. So this here is an incredibly simple task manager. But remember, in Notion, this here is only one type of database. And where it gets really powerful is that we can view this same data as a different layout, so a different type of database. So I could view this as a table, a board view, a timeline, a calendar, a list, a gallery, a chart, a feed, and a map. So I could see this same information in a different type of database. So let's do that as an example. What I'll do here is click on plus to add a new view. Again, we'll see the same information, just in a different view. And let's just do the calendar view. And I'll call this calendar. On the table view, I can see task 1 here, to do with project 1, on October the 12th. If I click here on calendar, I can now see task 1 sitting here. And if I click on it, I can see, hey, that's to do with project 1. And if I check this in, it will then also impact on here. You could see it's checked in. So this information is being viewed in multiple different places. It's the same information. And what we can do is use filters, sorting, and groups to build systems in Notion. If you want to learn these skills and build a dashboard from scratch, then you can click on this tutorial here. Or if you're interested in my headquarters template, then you can click on this video here to get the full tour.